What up, everybody? This is your boy Black Magus, and we're going to talk a little sports. Although the point of this video is not going to be necessary specifically directed towards sports, but media and the lack of use of context in media today. So, Giannis Antetokounmpo was on the Daily Show, and they've been having guest hosts since Trevor Noah left, and this week it was Hasan Minhaj who was the host. Now, you know Hasan Minhaj, you know that he likes to take digs at people. His kind of comedy is cracking on people. When he was doing his show, uh, I think it was on Netflix. You know, he had that type of humor, similar to like how you see John Oliver do, but he would make jokes specifically towards people a lot more, I think, than him. Very funny dude, very smart dude. Um, you know, and I can't stop the phone going off and back, so apologies for that. But anyway, so he had uh Giannis do a bit where he talked shit about other players because during the interview they talked about how humble, how much humility Giannis have, how he's such a nice guy, and he set up the whole thing with like, look, this is how we all view you as this very nice guy. You don't talk shit. You've never been a trash talker, but he was like, I feel like you need to talk trash, so I want you to read the teleprompter and talk trash to several different NBA players. Now, the one particular clip that has everybody acting the fool is there was a bit on Kevin Durant where he basically regurgitated the same thing that a lot of people have said about Kevin Durant over the last since he went to Golden State, that you got to be carried by a team that's full of stars and all that. I didn't say the joke exactly. I will put the clip to the whole bit, the entire bit, and I feel like it's important to have the entire interview on there because while he was telling all these jokes, including the Kevin Durant joke, Giannis would follow up and be Giannis. Like he told a joke about Steph Curry. It's like, yo, you, as far as I'm concerned, you're the best player until somebody takes it from you. So don't take that serious. Made a joke about Joker, kind of a body shaming joke, and he was like, nah, he's a great player. Like respect to him. You know, the last joke he was supposed to do a joke about LeBron, and he didn't even tell the joke. He was like, LeBron, you're the blueprint. You're a goat, you know, great player, like love you, LeBron. Like, and during the whole thing, after he would tell the jokes and then come back with like what he did with KD, which was you. And I've heard him say this before. Like, you're my favorite player. You're great. You've like been a great example for 15 years. It's like you see like Hassan Minaj like coming like, come on, dude, you can't do it like that. And sometimes he'd follow up like, this is the way you should say it, or he'd be like, yo, you're killing me. You're just too nice. And in the end, he was like, this is why we love you because you're such a nice person. You're very like humble, and again, full of humility, and that's what makes you who you are, and we love that about you. You know, it was all done in fun. There was no, you know, real anonymity thrown out there. But you got people on, you know, social media acting like, Giannis was going for blood when it came to KD. But worse is you have media outlets doing this because I saw the clip of, you know, Undisputed skipping Shannon, which, look, we all know that, like, especially with Skip, they love to live in, like, overreaction and hyperbole. They love to make a mountain out of a molehill just to get it, especially Skip, just to get some attention. But it's still bothersome because you have way too many people out there who fall for this stuff and take it as gospel, especially on social media. This is why, one, social media to me, like, it's a love hate relationship. I love when I could find like informative, well thought out, discussions and points. But the most of it is just garbage, like what they did on Undisputed. And I hate to say that because I love Shannon Sharp, but it was a garbage. Like his whole like rant on that to me was such a garbage move. Like, come on, watch the entire clip. Because if you watch the entire clip, you wouldn't feel that way. And if you do feel that way, you're clearly being willfully ignorant to, you know, the whole context of things. And I think this is the case with this, like where I feel like a lot of times media will be willfully ignorant just in order to create, you know, the type of TV drama that people seem to crave these days because everything seems to like be like social media. Lack of context, whatever like seems to like make the biggest spark or what could get the biggest reaction, condense it down to that and put the blinders on to the reality of the situation so we can start drama because drama sells. And drama is sold throughout history. It's not a new thing. I mean, how I was just like thinking about how things like think about fights. Back in the Civil War, rich people used to picnic and watch the battles, watch people slaughter each other because they thought that was entertaining. Think about back in school, whenever like you like got wind that such and such was going to fight such and such at the bus stop or in the park at 3 p.m. All y'all motherfuckers rushed to there, like including me. Like as a kid, I did that shit too. You would rush to the point, and you would want to watch that because you want to see the drama unfold. You know, and this is pretty much what social media is. It's the 3 o'clock schoolyard fight that everybody wants to go see constantly. Don't care like whether or not like there's something bigger surrounding it. You just want to see the drama. You just want to be entertained by the drama, and that's what's happened to media. Like media now has you know pretty much converted itself to what social media and content creating has become or has been, since it started to pop off. And it's sad. It's like really, really sad because these are people who claim to be professionals and claim to be like, on a higher standard than what you see people on YouTube are. They even will say like, "Oh, I'm not like paying attention to what social media says because social media is just all about drama, blah blah blah." But you're doing this on a larger platform now. You're seeing it in newspapers, you're seeing it in television shows, news shows, interviews, what have you. Like the shit that we used to like, people used to, you know, blast like the Jerry Springer and shit like that. That's what the media has become now. And with this situation with Giannis, it's exactly what it is. Because again, if you actually watch that interview, there was no drama, there was no heat. Like honestly, if KD has an issue with what Giannis says, KD clearly isn't paying attention to what's going on in the world. He's just super sensitive, which I don't think like he would do. To be quite honest, I don't think any of the players, Steph, you know, Joker, LeBron, KD, none of them are gonna feel some type of way about this, especially if they actually saw the actual entire thing. Like it's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous, and I wish it would stop. And I feel bad because again, this is supposed to be a show done on what constitutes itself as a professional media outlet, and it's just bullshit. And again, I feel like even extra about Shannon doing that, even though I know he's done it before. But it bothers me that it does that because being a former athlete, you know how that shit is. So why would you fucking feed into the like, you basically have become the thing that you used to hate when you were a player, which is bullshit. Like it really bothers me when I see athletes do that shit because y'all are supposed to be the ones who stand against that shit, but It is what it is. I mean, hey, in any event, y'all stop tripping, please. For the love of God, bring context back as a forefront to media, and you know, and leave all that goofy shit like this to the YouTubers and social media people who just want likes and views, because that's what they need, you know, to fail or be successful. Like it's dumb. It's very very dumb, and I really really hate it. Anyway, as always, you guys feel free to hit me up. Let me know what you think, and I'll haunt you later. This your boy Black Vegas, and I'm out. Deuces.